This is TechCrunch.
LinkedIn launches its first AI agent. I'm Imran Sheikh, and get your best Mr. Anderson ready, because Agent Smith's coming at you in this Daily Crunch for Wednesday, starting with 3 big headlines. After rolling out the Trending Topics feature in the U.S. earlier this year, Threads is now testing out the feature in Japan. Lots of folks outside the U.S. have been asking for the Trending Now feature, and we're working on bringing it to more countries. This week, we'll begin testing the feature in Japan with a small number of people to start, said Adam Mosseri, the Meta executive who heads Instagram and Threads. Meta says the Trending Now feature highlights conversations happening in real time, but hasn't specified if it filters out political topics in this section. While the social network says it doesn't actively recommend political content, the feature often surfaces political topics due to the nature of conversations on the platform. Amazon is extending the availability of its AI-enabled shopping assistant, Rufus, to more markets in Europe and the Americas. The e-commerce giant has been widely considered to be playing catch-up with its big tech brethren in the AI sphere, particularly against the backdrop of the generative AI hype these past couple of years. Rufus is one of the ways Amazon is showing that it's up for the game. Key features the tool offers include product search support, product comparisons, and recommendations on what to buy. The AI chatbot has been trained on Amazon's arsenal of data, spanning customer reviews, product catalogs, and other tangential public data to be primed to answer shoppers' natural language questions, such as, can you recommend some great gifts for kids under 5? Or compare different kinds of coffee makers? Or show me show posters from Knight Rider. To access Rufus, shoppers in the new markets must update their Amazon shopping app to the latest version. Then they can tap a little icon at the bottom right, which surfaces a familiar chatbot-style interface. The commerce giant first trialed Rufus in the U.S. back in February, before formally launching it 5 months later. In the intervening months, a beta version of the AI assistant has landed in India and the UK. On Tuesday, Amazon further expanded the beta's availability to Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Rufus isn't the only generative AI tool that Amazon has been working on. The company also recently launched new tools to help sellers improve their listings by generating product descriptions, titles, and associated details. Amazon has also committed $230 million to supporting generative AI startups. Meanwhile, LinkedIn, the social platform used by professionals to connect with others in their field, hunt for jobs, and develop skills, is taking the wraps off its latest effort to build artificial intelligence tools for users. Hiring Assistant is a new product designed to take on a wide array of recruitment tasks. From ingesting scrappy notes and thoughts to turn into longer job descriptions, through to sourcing candidates and engaging with them. LinkedIn's describing Hiring Assistant as a milestone in its AI trajectory. It is, per the Microsoft-owned company, its first AI agent, and one that happens to be targeting one of LinkedIn's most lucrative categories of users, or recruiters. LinkedIn said the AI assistant is now live with a select group of customers. It's slated to be rolling out more widely in the coming months. The platform was always an early adopter of AI in its back end, somewhat creepily folding AI techniques into its algorithms to produce surprisingly accurate connection recommendations to users, for example. The viral rise of generative AI a couple of years ago, however, left LinkedIn, like pretty much every other tech company, scrambling to bring its front end up to speed. LinkedIn said a Hiring Assistant is due to get more features soon, such as messaging and scheduling support for interviews, as well as handle follow-ups when candidates have questions before or after interviews. Basically, the aim is for it to cover a lot of time-consuming admin-style tasks, plus take on some of the thinking that recruiters have to do daily. Whether that'll carry into how recruiters pay for services on the platform and whether they see these tools as a help or a threat remains to be seen. Either way, LinkedIn is unlikely to slow this train down. Let's now kick it over to my personal Neo, producer Dennis, with today's startup news in about 1 minute.
Thank you, Imran. And we begin with Luna, a health and well-being app for teen girls that is designed to help them navigate teenhood. The app lets teens ask questions about their health and wellness and get responses from experts. It It also lets them track their periods, moods, and skin. The London-based startup presented Tuesday at TechCrunch Disrupt 2024 to detail its mission to educate and support teen girls. And facilities management is central to any business that has a physical premises. The bigger that footprint becomes, the more complex it gets. Portuguese startup InfraSpeak has set out to address this with an all-in-one platform that gives facility managers and associated service providers insights and operational control over everything that goes on in a given location. InfraSpeak has raised around $20 million in funding and secured big-name customers such as KFC and Intercontinental. To drive its next phase of growth, the startup on Monday said it had raised a further $19.5 million in Series B funding. And that'll do it for me. Imran, back to you.
And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Ivan Mehta, Ingrid Lunden, Paul Sowers, and more beautiful, lovely TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow, same tech time, same Crunch channel. And until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.